Yesterday I completed a 20.2 mile day. So that's 2 20-mile days in a row. Can't believe I'm actually following through with this crazy plan I made in my tent that night. I met Fresh Prince when I got dropped off from Glasgow on trail yesterday morning. He was waiting to go trail days. He actually did not get picked up, so I saw him at the end of the day, and we hiked the last 2 miles together. And thank God, because I was dragging at that point, super overheated, dehydrated. So he sort of pushed me a little bit because we're talking with each other, and kept my mind off the trail and motivated. And I noticed that's totally what I've been lacking the past few weeks. It's a lack of a group to talk with and hike with every now and then. And that's why I think I lost so much motivation. That's one of the main reasons, besides the injury. It's been lack of social groups. I also, at the 800-mile marker, met a guy named Physics. I barely talked to him that night, but we ended up camping together. All three of us went a little past the shelter to a spot along the creek and set up our tents there and camped. And all three of us get along really well. They're back there. We already hiked like 2 miles out of the camp spot. They're back there trying to get a ride into Buena Vista. I skipped Buena Vista. What the heck? Things you find on the trail. Let's see if I can get that. Yep. A rib cage. I skipped Buena Vista though, thinking it might be harder to hitch in, and that's why I went to Glasgow, and I think it's a good thing I did because it does look a lot harder to get into. So, yeah, they're doing that, and I come back on the trail later. I'm either doing a maybe like a 23-mile day or a 16-mile day. It's one or the other, depending on how I feel. Right now, I'm so dehydrated. A lot of it has to do with probably wearing this long sleeve shirt, but I don't want to stop wearing it because after I got bit that time before Daleville, I'm like, I can go a little bit longer without wearing a tank top again. Yeah, I'm gonna take this hill slow because we already did 2 miles of the climb, and there's like another 2.5 or something. It's crazy how long this hill is. Every day there's a huge hill that we climb. We've probably been climbing like 3,000 to 4,000 feet in elevation every day ever since we got out of the campground area, or even before that actually. Jeez. But yeah, lots of hills, but Devil's Backbone Brewery is still in my mind, and that's my goal point. Whew. Just hit another slither. I can see it right down there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really get in the video. There's like a garter snake or something down there, probably like 2 feet long. Can't really see it, it's slithering away slowly, but thank God that one's slithering away, unlike the one which I believe was a diamondback rattlesnake yesterday that had its head pointed right at me. That just makes things really complicated trying to get around those. I've gone like 3.7 miles all uphill, and I have another 0.8 left. Some of that hill is just ridiculous. It was like I could barely make it. I was going like probably like not even 0.05 miles and then taking a break. Cannot wait to get to the top of this. It's gonna be a hard day today. It's gonna be really hard because once you get to the top and you go down, there's a shelter that's 0.6 miles off the path. So I'm not gonna stop there for water. So I'm gonna continue on up another 500-foot climb and then back down, and the water will be there. So I probably have another 4.5 miles to water. I barely have any left in the bottle. I made it to the top of Bull Knob. I'm dying right now. Just overheated, need water. I feel like it's gonna be like that until I go to Devil's Backbone and refuel on food. I just can't get this diet down. It's like, it's so hard. Oh my God, guys. So I just had some of the best trail magic I've had in a long time. It was very unexpected. There were these 2 people that went by me as I sat on the log back where I was just recording, and I'm talking with them for a while. The lady was talking about how she's going to do the rim to rim Grand Canyon hike, and I told her how I almost did it last year before the weather got bad. But anyways, we're talking for a long time. Super nice people, brother, sister. The brother tried to thru-hike in the past, made it to Pennsylvania, got mentally exhausted. But yeah, they were up there, and all of a sudden she was talking about how she's training and has gallons of water in her bag, and is like, do you want any water? And I went, holy crap, that is why I'm lagging right now. I'm super dehydrated. Dude, like, they just poured me a bottle of water, and that was, I'm like, you guys did trail magic. That just made today so much easier, and it gets a little scary when I get to that state. When I stop hiking as fast and start going really, really slow. Heading up to Coal Mountain and Coal Mountain Bald now. It's pretty funny, I'm hitting a bald right now because I don't even know if we hit any yet since we've been in Virginia. I thought Virginia was going to be the place I saw like all the balds, because I felt like I heard that that's where you see all the balds in Virginia, but I don't know. Definitely saw more in like Tennessee, which surprised me. Pretty good outlook. I saw some trail maintainers along the trail and talked to them a bit. Nice talking to some people. It's a morale booster. It's awesome being back up in a bald. Like the past, I don't even know how many days, but crazy amount of days have just been like up and down hills. And I forgot how much I liked being on like balds and stuff like this. Like I could see the path going really far away, maybe even like a mile. And wow, it's like, I really am starting to think now I had the Virginia blues, because this is like making me super happy now to be out hiking. And like I already was happy, but it's more because I was like, all right, I got the drive. But now it's like, this is cool. There's some stuff that's way better to see. So I'm going with the option of staying at the shelter that's around the 16-mile mark. I think it's like 15.7, but it might be a little bit more. But yeah, I'm gonna stop there. I'm really, really worn out. I could go beyond it if I got like a snack break and rest my feet, but I just decided, you know what? Last night this was my original option, where I would rest and then I would do a higher mile day tomorrow, just because I already did 2 high mile days. So yeah, I'm going to the Sealy Woodworth shelter. And that's in about 0.6 miles from here, so super close. Can't wait to eat dinner tonight. Like, really, really hungry right now. I'm at my campsite right now. My tent's set up pretty close to the path, actually, even though the shelter's like way out there. There wasn't too many spots for tents, like good spots, and was set up on plants, and I decided, nah, I'm just gonna go all the way back here. But anyways, don't know what's up, but one, there's tons of bugs out today, especially at this campsite, but there are a ton of flies in there. I keep trying to get them out, but like, yeah, there's still probably like 10 flies all over the tent. I don't get why, but they're gonna be really annoying at nighttime, buzzing around if I don't get them out, so hopefully they leave. It's 8:35 a.m. My goal is to do about 20.4 miles, I believe, to, I think it's Moppin Shelter, which is probably like 2 miles right before Reed's Gap, which is where you get picked up for Devil's Backbone. Like they hit, geez, these bugs are killing me. They sort of shuttle people in, which I'll explain later once I get there. But yeah, so 20.4 miles, just to make it easier for me for tomorrow morning. This is the place I was camping yesterday, right at the site. Back there is the shelter, so I was actually closer to trail, just right behind me. As I was taking down my shelter today, or my tent today, I should say, Fresh Prince just walked by, so I just caught up with him really, really quick and was asking where he's going. He's trying to aim for the same exact shelter. He has the same idea, getting there 9 a.m. for the shuttle to Devil's Backbone. brewery so we can get the hiker breakfast, because that's at like around 9 a.m. or something. I didn't realize, but Spy Rock is actually on a blue blaze. There's a short path, so I'm gonna go jeez, I'm gonna go up there, check it out. It's supposed to be like a dome structure of some sort. I'm at the top of Spy Rock, and as you can see, there is a 360-degree view. And to get up here, I had a rock scramble quite a ways. It's gonna be pretty tough going down this. It's about noon right now, a little before that. Climbing up to Priest Mountain, which is the last of these tiny little peaks on top of this plateau. Tons of them up here. But yeah, it's been the last one before a huge drop back down in elevation. I'm like half a mile away from a shelter with water. Super dehydrated as always. It looks like the path is actually going from there along a ridge, and that should be Priest Mountain there. It's not very often you get to see where you're going. So I was just at the Priest shelter. It's 0.3 miles from the top of Priest Mountain. Totally forgot that logbook is where people write like their confessions. Like, it's pretty much all hiking confessions. So it's pretty funny that they also sign their name. So I was going through the logbook, reading what everyone did. It's funny because I've done a lot of them too. But also just the fact that I know a lot of those people. So that was interesting to see. I was gonna rate a thing in there too, but then there were some day hikers in there who looked like they wanted to read the book, and I was like, oh, one, I don't have time to think of what I'm gonna write exactly, and two, I don't want to write it and then they're like right there reading what I write. So but yeah, that was pretty funny. There was some that were like, whoa, but then just like a little bit like overboard. But a couple of them like had me like cracking up. Like the one guy who's like, I haven't hung my bear bag in weeks, and I sometimes eat ramen as a snack in the middle of the night. That's actually pretty funny. I could just imagine that. So I actually know someone who I have been hiking with who does something very similar. I'm not gonna give any details because I don't want that person to get people all on top of them about it. But yeah, very similar thing. That sort of reminded me of that and just made me laugh. But yeah. So make sure you stop at Priest Mountain Shelter and read the logbook for some good entertainment during your hike. I'm at a viewpoint right now, coming off of Priest Mountain. Gonna be heading all the way down there basically. It's another like, I think like 2.5 miles till we hit the road. And then going up another mountain. I have no clue where that's gonna be, but it could possibly be those ones right in front of us. This is one of the nicest water spots that I've seen in a very long time. Water's flowing really strong. It's actually a little mind-blowing how much water's flowing down this. You don't really come across these types of streams that much more. I'm beginning a crazy climb. It's crazy because it's the end of the day, and this is what I have to do for the last thing. But I'm beginning the crazy climb up to wherever I'm gonna sleep. Down there, I saw Fireplug. He was part of the group at Stanimals, and they were behind me, but now they were ahead. Well, he was ahead. That's because they start really early in the morning. So they're just finishing their day down there. He brought up the idea of soaking my feet in the river. I had been taking like a snack break up at the parking lot because I didn't realize there was actually like a legit river, and I was just gonna push on through. But yeah, so I took a snack break and I got up, and then 0.1 miles later I took a break to soak my feet in the river because he suggested it, and I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. Plus there's a little bit of like a reason to not go up the hill yet, but yeah, this will definitely make sure that I can go up on the hill, probably more likely than not. So won't have any heel issues, at least for the first few miles. But yeah, the first shelter is 2.5 miles away from where I am right now. And then the second shelter is like 8.7 because I've already hiked some of the hill. I might try to like stealth camp if I can't make it to the last one, because there's no way I'm just going to the first shelter unless like I'm like dying, because I do feel a little bit like, ugh. Yeah, this is going to be a very, very interesting night or evening. I hope it doesn't go into nighttime. We'll see though. But yeah, that'll bring me just a couple miles outside of the place where Devil's Backbone Brewery picks us up for the 9 a.m. shuttle. So the hope is to take the 9 a.m. shuttle into the brewery and get the hiker breakfast, which is only $5. Gonna see how far I get, and let's go. The mountain I'm trying to climb right now, well, I am climbing, is Three Ridges. I've already climbed like 3.8 miles up, and I have like another 2 point something, like let's just say 2.5. Wow. I set a really high goal for myself a few days ago by trying to get to Devil's Backbone by a certain time and whatnot. I keep getting like all worried because this is taking me so long to climb up this. I keep stopping. But it's like, even if I arrive at camp at 9 o'clock, it's okay. So I don't know why I'm worrying, but oh my god, there's bugs all over me. And my pole falls down. Yeah, this is the hardest thing I've probably ever done just since I started the AT. It's definitely the most miles I've ever done in like a 4-day span. Almost hitting 80. I think I'm at like 76 in 4 days. I'm gonna be super happy once I get to the top of this hill. Right now there's a bunch of outlooks. I'm gonna set each one as a goal point. Once I get to the top of this thing, like I'm pretty much there, because then it's like 3 miles down to the shelter. It's gonna be pretty amazing once I actually do this, because there's no stopping now. I have to do this. I have to. Once I left the river, once I left the shelter after that, there's no turning back now. I made it to the first overlook. Oh, man. Taking a water and snack break right now. It's crazy to see how much height I've already climbed, or elevation. Elevation, I mean. 1,500 feet. A little over. And I have another 1,500 feet to go until I reach the top. Oh my god, this is like one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my entire life right now. This is so hard. There's the sign. About to hit the top of the mountain. Holy crap. I can't believe how that hill made me feel. It was over 3,000 feet in elevation. At the end of the day, I had like no water left at all after that. I feel like no matter how much I drank, I was still just nauseous and everything, which is not good. 3 more miles to the shelter. I wish I had more water. I'd be a lot more happy right now that I did what I did, but maybe once I'll cool down once I start going downhill. Man, I cannot believe I made it. I'm almost like about to cry right now. Oh my god. I could not believe I did what I said I was going to do a few days ago. Like, I really can't believe that. It sort of just came about like, I don't know, almost like a joke in my mind. And I'll be at Devil's Backbone by 9 a.m. I can't believe I actually did that. I've not been like this for a long time. I walked the 0.8 up the little hill that's after the shelter area. And now I'm on my way down to Reed's Gap. Bugs are everywhere, even though I put insect repellent on. So yeah, I'm probably like at this point, maybe like 0.5 to 0.6 away from Reed's Gap. And that's where I'm gonna get picked up for Devil's Backbone Brewery. So yeah, yesterday was pretty scary how dehydrated I was, but I'm really happy besides that of all the miles I did and all the elevation I did the past few days. Like, it's a really big accomplishment for me. Yeah, I got to the top of the hill, and right around there I met a guy named Blooper. Long story short, we ended up like night hiking to the shelter. So that was my 3rd night hike. That wasn't solo though, only like part of it. So he went with me to the shelter. We set up our tents, got up on my tent, went to put it away, saw Fresh Prince was there. He'll be there. I'm not sure who else is going, but yeah, I can't believe I'm almost there. It's pretty crazy when you work for something like night and day for 4 days. It's not just like a little project. It's like you're pushing yourself to its limits for 4 days. And it's a cool feeling when you feel like, oh, I walked there. So it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm like driving the brewery. It's more like I walked there like, wow, I walked nearly 80 miles after I set that goal. After I set the goal of the brewery, I walked 80 miles to get here. Like, sounds pretty funny. I walked 80 miles just to get to a brewery. But yeah, it's a different feel when you know you work so hard for that. All right, we're at Reed's Gap, waiting for the shuttle to pick us up for the hiker breakfast.
It's like, it's like, do I really look like I'm 15?
I mean, to make sure, man. Yes, no more.
I just start cracking up.
Drinking in it. Somebody took it.
I know.
How do you like that?
They knew the value of it.
I've used it for 4 years. I like it.
You like it even though there's no like back support or nothing? It just goes right up against your back?
I have no problem with it. I don't even want the back support.
My Z-Packs, for a while I walked with it without the arc in it, so it's all up against my back. Right?